What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles, welcoming you to another edition of Lyles Movie Files. Joining me as always, it's little brother Jace. Bro Shot, how are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Outstanding.
How are you today?
You know, living the dream. Or
Dream.
someone else's dream. It's all a reality. All right, let's see who's in the chat. 80s Kids is here for 25 minutes. James Green is jumping on a plane. Hopefully you have a safe flight. We'll see you on the other side on the replay.
Exactly.
Snake Eyes, howdy.
Howdy.
Jamlin Parks is here. Wants to see anyone else see Furiosa? Jace, have you?
No, I haven't seen it.
Wah, wah. Not yet. I do plan to, and yeah, just not as of this moment. What's up, Afton Child? Def Jeff and Jace in the place to be. Better know it, rocking your reality. Blake Tarpley's here. It was just a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. What's up, Jeff and Jace? What's up, Blake?
What's going on, Jamie?
All right, so let's talk. We've got a lot to cover. And since I'm pretty sure Chief did not see it, did you finish watching both episodes of The Acolyte?
I did.
All right. I've written my review, posted on loudesmoviefiles.com. So, The Acolyte said 100 years before The Phantom Menace. So there's no worry, concern about, wait a second, how is this happening? And so they're free of that. There shouldn't be any continuity errors. I don't know if deep devoted Star Wars fans who've gotten degrees in Jedinomics can tell us if something's wrong, but as far as I know, everything was on the up and up, and that's pretty solid.
Okay, can I just make a one? I don't know if it's a gripe.
What up, Mark A?
But I'm going to call it a gripe. When you're doing a setup for a Star Wars show, you don't just do little title scrolls. You do a title scroll. It's just not.
They're being different.
Do you need to?
I think we always hail Rogue One as being this great Star Wars film. Okay. Where was the title scroll in Rogue One?
Boom.
Yeah, I mean,
it jumps you right in. Like, okay.
It is possible to do things different.
Yes. But you can do things different, but it's always nice to feel like you're almost in home. Like, okay, like again, I played Final Fantasy VII Remake. I felt at home, even though I know it's a lot different. So, but that's a small gripe. Okay.
80s Kid says Acolyte pulled me back into modern Star Wars. I didn't know they'd be able to pull it off.
Didn't he say last week he was done with him?
Well, he said he pulled him back in.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just curious because I feel like Andor was really good. Obi-Wan Kenobi was good. Mandalorian has been really good. Season 3 was fine. It just wasn't my favorite of the 3 seasons. Boba Fett was all right. I don't know if the Disney Plus Star Wars series have been as dire and bad as a lot of people make them out to be.
No, Disney.
What up, Slice?
What's going on? It's not, let's say, Marvel Cinematic Universe on TV.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, the Disney Plus Marvel stuff is mostly, started off strong and then ended up with some cut. So
it's up and down. They have good stuff. They have bad stuff. The bad stuff just happens to be really bad, and the good stuff can't raise the tide to fix it. So it's like that. All right, well, let's get into it. So let's talk about that opening act. What?
Let's talk about that ish.
All right. So very first opening sequence, I felt like it was the Scream chapter of Star Wars, where we've got a big name character, and we got an action figure, and I remember when when Hasbro showed off the Black Series figures, and folk were like, "Oh yeah, oh man, these characters look awesome." Like, I'm not pre-ordering one of them. I don't know who these people are. I don't know how long they're going to be in the show. I don't know if they're going to be terrible characters. And one of those prominently featured characters was in the show for 10 minutes. No, not even 10 minutes. Now I know they're gonna have some flashbacks, but wow. I was like, okay, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was an if you want to go against expectations, that was a way to do it. Because
That was great.
you want to subvert expectations. Like, okay, I wasn't expecting it. Let's see where it takes you. I'll give it that.
They do have a little what? Well, I mean, I think it matches the source material. Their robes are a little bit different than what we expect or have seen before.
These are, if I don't know if you pay attention to the High Republic stuff, that's where kind of these robes are. You're seeing more High Republic going to more modern Jedi stuff. That's kind of, it's kind of they're I think I remember Leslie Hamlin saying, she's like, we're coming out of the High Republic era at this point, and that's the yellow, overly flowy dresses you see on some of the Jedi.
Gotcha.
To more your monks.
Chief's here. What up, Chief? I know you watched Star Wars Acolyte, right?
I did watch Star Wars Acolyte.
You really did, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I just knew you did not watch it.
You know what? Damn y'all.
I mean, we were expecting you to say, I didn't get the call saying I was going to get fined if I don't watch it, so I'm not watching.
I wanted to see this though. These are things that I want to see. I don't want to see, some of the stuff with other stuff that we watch, man. You know what I mean? Y'all some haters, and I'm gonna admit that to you now, so you know that. So there's no.
Thank you. All right, well, good to hear.
Did you? Are we spoiling? What's up? Chat line? What's going on? Did we spoil it, or we keeping cool on it?
I'm not. Let me see.
You're glossing.
So far, I haven't gotten any. We haven't talked about any spoilers.
Okay.
I did mention that a Jedi got killed in the first 5 minutes. It definitely didn't seem like a character that was going to get killed.
And that's what I was going to touch on. Ain't nothing makes me angrier than that. You remember that Steven Seagal movie where all through the previews, all through the trailers, he was in it. You saw Steven Seagal, and then he got killed like the first 5 minutes.
What movie was that?
He was on a plane.
Steven Seagal dies early in the movie?
Bro, Steven Seagal died like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
See, that was me. I'm always more like Expendable 2 when you see Jet Li. Oh, Jet Li's in there.
Mark, I saw it. I watched it, man. I'm just really saying, who remembers the movie? Pox.
See,
sometimes we don't agree. Sometimes we got that, but I always know you're gonna come through for me. And he died like the first 5 minutes. He was like, I was in the trailer to get you here. Peace. And he was gone. And I remember looking like, is he fake? Is the death fake? And it was not.
We're gonna see him back in a few more minutes.
Okay. There we go, baby.
Is this the one that Kurt Russell's the main character?
Oh, Executive Decision?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I pulled it up on IMDb and they had the play trailer and it got Steven Seagal right up front on it. That's funny.
That's my point. I'm like, oh, Steven's in this joint. And that was like, he was still popular. Still,
96, yeah.
Yeah. He was going to be like, oh, this is going to be an action movie. He's going to get in there. He's going to do his thing. No. Not at all. Goodbye, Steven. You know what I mean? And then because it's one of those things, even when I saw this thing here, I was like, they're not really dead. And then I was like, apparently they are.
Right.
We got Seagal early. I was like, because I remember we were talking about, we was like, man, we can't believe it. Yes. Seagal. That's what we're gonna call when a character gets killed early. The Seagal.
I'm with you on that. We can make that a thing. So without going into the character's identity, I do have one thing to say about this. I have two gripes from the first two episodes. I like griping too. All right. If you're a Jedi and you see someone coming at you with knives, Obi-Wan Kenobi did not go. Obi-Wan Kenobi saw old boy pull out a gun. He didn't go, let's talk things out. He was like, let me end this fight with one swipe of my lightsaber. Oops, there's your arm on the floor. And there's your gun if you want to pick it up and grab another one. He did the same thing to Zam. He was slicing arms like he was Hacksaw Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, he didn't wait. He didn't think it through.
Mhm.
Oh, no. You know what's not going to happen? You shoot me and you kill me because I'm trying to talk it over with you. Why?
Okay.
Why would this character have a debate? What's going on? Who trained you? Like, what are you doing?
Okay, I'll play a little devil's advocate.
Please.
This era, and this is not using extended universe. The Jedi have not seen real combat on any level for about 1,000 years.
But wouldn't that make you more apt to go, wait, why am I trying to have a martial arts duel with somebody?
Why are we doing martial arts? I got a lightsaber. I mean, like that. Let's start there. Like, we're not doing it. I mean, what is it? It's called Enchanti fighting. I don't need to do that. I have the Force. I don't need to. I know how to kick. I know how to use Force push. I got all that stuff. I don't need to do all that, stuff that everybody could do.
All right, before I go, I know because 80s kid has to go,
Like
but I absolutely have to address this. Soul is just too dang cool. Excuse my language. Soul is my new favorite Jedi. Soul is taking Qui-Gon's spot as coolest Jedi. And Soul put in 0 time to become your coolest favorite Jedi already. Just wanted to say
that. Says Soul didn't do the work, huh?
I mean, so far Soul hadn't done anything, but if you like Soul,
right, man.
More power to you.
Episode 1? Yeah.
I mean, I'm just okay.
You don't like your Jedi's using martial arts.
All right. Well, I don't mind them using martial arts because I thought it was cool watching the animated Clone Wars. I just thought it looked bad. It looked like, we're back in 1995 and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Jedi. And whoa, here I go getting pulled up by the wires. It didn't look as natural as I would think that fighting style should look if they're going to do that in 2024. CGI them because it looked like they were being pulled up, yanked up, doing the whole, oh, look, no wires, but there are.
So you didn't enjoy Shaolin soccer?
No. I didn't enjoy it here because it looked bad. Did you like it, Chief?
I didn't even pay attention to the martial arts. You know me. You know what I'm always into.
Yeah.
You show me a lightsaber, and I show you a black guy who's going to sit on the couch for an hour and a half and watch it. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, lightsaber, I'm in, and that was all I needed. So,
all right. But are you with me on that whole thing? Like, oh, somebody's got daggers, and wait a second. I mean, Indiana Jones would not have stood for that.
No, he was with my man. He shot him right there. You know what I mean? Another dude that you thought was going to be another. They even had a action figure for him, the dude with the swords, in his 3 minutes on the film.
Listen, that dude looked intimidating, but he got killed the way he should have. I'm just saying, like, this mystery should have been over in that first 5 minutes. I know Obi-Wan would have taken the assassin out. Kevin Davis says Acolyte is better than Andor, Book of Boba Fett, or Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yord was cool too. I did like Yord. I like Yord more than most characters, even though one character didn't. I'll get on that. That's my other gripe. Jalen, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know how bad it looked. But Jeff, did you just ask for more CGI in 2024? Yeah, man. I mean, I really, because I felt like they didn't do it well. And if you're going to do some janky looking fight scene that makes me go, why are you doing this? This is Star Wars. I mean, I feel like if it was like a ninja movie or Jackie Chan thing, I'd be like, all right, whatever. But this is injecting something new into Star Wars. And if you're doing that, it needs to look super polished. It needs to look great. And I felt like this was mediocre. It really did make me feel like, oh, look, it's the Wachowski brothers doing the Matrix. And, back then, oh, wow, this is groundbreaking. This is amazing. In 2024, you need to have that looking a lot better. But I'll move on. Man, 80s kid doesn't even need the rest of it. The rest could be awful. Acolyte is at number 1, Ahsoka's at number 2, and Mando is at 3.
My man saw the 2 episodes, he was gone. Hey, he's come back to Earth, man. Let's see what happens. This could fall off a cliff. You never know.
You've gone too far. Come back.
It could fall. Look, it's known. These things are known for falling off of cliffs.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm always trying to understand why don't there's beside Reva, is hey, the character wasn't great. I don't understand the whole issue with Kenobi, because I think I appreciate because I just watched like the last 2 or 3 Hunger Game movies, and it very much has Katniss like, hey, I had some traumatic crap happen, and I think that actually makes the character more relatable. They're not Superman, Superwoman, because it's like, no, I thought everything was cool, and guess what? My whole life got upside down. I was in a war, and then at the end of it, my man, he became the baddest dude in the planet. I'm not, and my whole life is now over. I'm not okay. should be like kind of shook. I don't want to be talking to everybody. And then after he gets over his PTSD, you get more of an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I know people who absolutely hate it. They feel like that Kenobi thing ruined the franchise. For me, lightsaber battle.
I told you, lightsaber, hour and a half.
Mind and ready.
We're right in.
Yeah.
Kevin Davis goes Star Wars TV shows: The Mandalorian, Ahsoka. Number 3, The Acolyte. Number 4, Obi-Wan Kenobi. 5, Book of Boba Fett. And 6, Andor. Interesting.
Andor. I'm gonna say this. Andor, was it 1 every 3 episode was great?
What are you talking about?
No, because it was like you had a slow episode of Andor, and then you had a great one, or like kind of wasn't it a build up kind of just
sure, yeah. I mean, all right, that's fair.
Yeah, because I mean, but to me it was their peaks and valleys. That peak was like Luthen. Oh yeah, like we're going into rebellion. Let's do it. We're not going to see this all the way through, but dang it, we're going to take it. But I mean, I can definitely see somebody. Yeah, that was kind of slow.
I didn't watch Andor.
We know no lightsabers.
Yeah, and I already knew the fate of the hero. Exactly. So that ruined it for me. I think they should have done Andor and then Rogue One.
They may not have gotten to Rogue One if they did an Andor series beforehand.
I mean, once you know the fate of the character, it's kind of.
All right, so critics received 4 episodes of Acolyte. Thank you. There's too many A's. I'm like, wait, which one? And some of them are, oh man, it's amazing. This is bringing Star Wars back. And then others are, it's bogged down by the same stuff that's already messing with so much of Star Wars. And I'm like, it still has an entire second half to go. Who watches a movie and goes, this movie was the best movie I've ever seen? Or this is the worst movie ever?
Flintstones.
What'd you say? What'd you say? I was saying, it's like, let's and they're posting their season reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, no.
Dude, perfect.
Do like I do. Put every episode review. You can't. I mean, you haven't watched the full season yet.
But that's perfect. That's somebody. If you know somebody puts on a full season review before they see the season, you shouldn't read their reviews. That's like the person on Amazon who writes the review on a movie they have not seen. I haven't seen the movie halfway through the review, but I've seen the trailer, so I got the review, and it's got a 4 out of 5 for me. Like, okay, thank you. Your opinion no longer matters.
All right, so we get the shocking death, and I'm still like, wow, what a moron. How did you let someone with daggers kill you? But I really appreciated the fact that it was, oh, what a shocking surprise that was cool. And then we move on and we meet Osha, and Osha is hanging on a spaceship. She's fixing a starship outside, and she's pretty cool. And she gets encountered by 2 Jedi. And what did you think of this mix with Yord, the Jedi, his Padawan, who apparently doesn't matter, and Osha, Chief. You kind of stand out anyway, T?
No, not really. I mean, obviously there's a history, but you know, it was kind of a weird interaction. You know, out of all the Jedi, who sends a friend to come get you? But you know what I mean?
The Jedi do that all the
Yeah,
time. I am not asking you. The council is. I mean, they do that all the time. That's how they roll.
But you know, yeah, his Padawan. I don't know. Maybe they were just like pick somebody off the street, come to makeup, just stand there. All right, thanks for coming. You know, here's your $500. Have a good day.
Did you just put on a Star Wars shirt?
Yeah, that other shirt was too hot. That was a sweatshirt. I didn't turn the air conditioner on.
We can't quite see the shirt now. I can kind of make it out. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what did you think of Yord and Osha, bro?
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Nice introduction. I mean, it really was. It was nothing to him. It's like, oh, okay. So you walk outside. Oh, well, that's something most people can't do.
I thought she came off cool right away, and I liked how they introduced her with the droid. Although I gotta say, the Star Wars design team on droids is really like putting in 2 minutes of work and claiming 18 hours because these droids are getting whacker and whacker.
I mean, because the funny thing is, they're not even that droid wasn't even as cool as BD-8, and that's yeah. I mean, it's like BD-8 has some personality. This is a little pocket thing. It's like we can sell merchandise off this. Can you?
Like, it's like here's my phone.
Yeah, on Star Wars Celebration, if you go to Galaxy's Edge, I'm sure somebody's gonna pick up this little droid, but anything. But truthfully, I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, I'm thinking, all right, we got a little mystery here. Is this the person we saw before or not? So I was like, okay. It sounds like what up?
The next droid will be an iPhone. Yeah,
I mean,
it was like, come on, man. What are y'all doing? It is literally a cell phone. She just put it into her holster. I'm like, come on, man.
But it's got multi-usage. You'll see it later.
Come on. Pull up my app, my lightsaber creation app. So we're figuring out there's a big mystery. I'm still gonna try to avoid spoiling things.
Yeah.
We'll see how I do with that. And I like that there's a little what's going on, what's happening. And Osha, we learn more about her character. I really liked her right away. I feel like sometimes this is something that Star Wars struggles with, especially with young-ish characters, especially women, where they're so amazing at everything. Don't you just absolutely love them? You'd mentioned Hunger Games. I feel like Katniss was done so well. She had depth, she had layers, she wasn't perfect. And I felt like with Osha, she wasn't the best at everything right away. And that was cool. It made her more endearing, kind of like a nice middle ground between Luke Skywalker. Maybe more Luke Skywalker than Han Solo. Kind of a little scruffy, roguish element to her. But she definitely wasn't Rey, who was far away from everybody. And all of a sudden, she's amazing.
She was Rey.
What's up, David?
She was Rey Palpatine, okay? Like, simmer down, okay? Like,
so, lights her, Jedi Master Soul, our guy from the Squid Game, came off really cool, teaching the younglings. Let's see. Jalen says, personally, I appreciate you guys not just outright spoiling things, but it was just the first episode. I don't think you can spoil two. We actually can. Like, it is a huge deal. And it's something that within the first 10 minutes, you're smart enough that you're going to be like, oh, something's up. I'm not quite sure which. I feel like it was maybe a little bit too like, duh, but I don't want to ruin it because I feel like going in knowing that you would. you'll figure it out, but I
Yeah.
don't want to be the one to figure it out for you.
Yeah, it the longer it's delayed, it's not. Oh, okay, I got it. Like I said, it's because we're trying to have all right, not be like, oh, we're bashing or taking this the greatest thing ever. We're like, all right, let's give you guys a review and see what kind of does this intrigue you.
I haven't seen it yet. Where we are ranking with the other Disney Plus Star Wars shows. Below the first 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, below the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, above the first 2 episodes of Book of Boba Fett, below the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka. Yeah. Am I missing one? Yeah, I covered all this. Huh? Below the first 2 episodes of Andor. Or maybe right along the first 2 episodes.
The other thing is, the weird thing is, this show actually has something that all the other Star Wars shows don't have. We don't know anything. Like, this is whole. If you were telling me, hey, I'm gonna do a Star Wars thing, it doesn't have to deal with anything in the Old Republic or the New Republic. I'd say play on. Go do what you think. And I think it's like, hey, go. You can actually go nuts in this point.
Play on, player. I think you're right though, because the Chief, we got lightsabers, we've got Jedi rolling around, and no characters that you're gonna botch anything with the continuity by portraying them differently. Have a blast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would agree with that. So then we get Saul is trying to track down this assassin who may be his former Padawan, and he brings up his current Padawan, Jackie. And Jackie is my least favorite character so far in this show. I can't stand Jackie. And that's mostly because she's crapping all over my man York. I'm like, dude, you're the Padawan. This is like going to a job and the intern is talking trash to the tenured employee while the supervisor is going, yeah, do that thing.
She reminded me of old cartoon Ahsoka. That first, that movie. Like, oh yeah, I'm annoying. It's like, okay, you got to make it up, or you got to or you have to leave really soon. So those are really your options.
I couldn't stand her at all. Every time she talked to Jordan, I was like, you.
Or we can do it that way. I'm sorry, I'm the person who actually got the ring Jedi. Who are you, Padawan? Shut your mouth. Shut your trap hole. Yeah.
What do you think, Chief? Am I going overboard with Jackie, or were you?
I mean, I didn't really pay attention, man.
She didn't have a lightsaber yet. He didn't care.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm gonna care it anyway. My man doesn't. He's not very forceful in the certain things that he does, anyways. You got to speak up, man. If you don't, you will get run over.
I do have a problem with that character being treated that way. He's like, it's not like he wasn't like Mace Windu, and he certainly was not like Lando Calrissian. He was getting punked out, and if we're gonna have one black dude as a Jedi, I'd rather him not be the one that's getting punked out.
Could be the hair.
You know what?
Sometimes you gotta get punked out. I mean,
hey, don't forget now when Flash was there, and what's his name? The
Wally.
Yeah, Wally's hair. Let's be honest. We rode Wally's hair. Maybe it's the hairstyle that's getting him punked.
We know that dude was on the Arrowverse.
So I didn't really pay attention to that, man. I will pay a closer attention to see this. I think it's 100 years before the Luke, before episode 1.
Yeah, episode 1. So 100 years before Phantom Menace. So it's way out. None of these characters should still be around.
Yeah, the only one you may see is some 900-year-old person.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the green guy.
The green guy. So I had this in my review and I had to take it out because I was like, you're going too far. But What was the purpose of my man not having a shirt? Like,
Because he
what
worked
was
out real hard this summer and he wanted to show off his hard work.
Was that for the female gaze?
Well, you know the females are watching it.
Yeah, are you sure you want to use those words together? Is that one word,
Yeah,
two words? What we got?
I know when the Acolyte hit, females from everywhere running to see it. So, yeah, maybe it was for them. Who knows?
I just thought it was really weird. I mean, it was like he's not being held captive by a bounty hunter. I mean, do Jedi typically take out their shirts unless they're in bed? That was weird.
I mean, that's why I can't actually hate on the girl that much.
Right. That's why he's getting
put a shirt on, bro.
Put your shirt on.
Oh, y'all are just jealous. I see what's going on.
Look, you listen. Let me tell you something. It is what it is. I got a gut. I've got a gut. What do you want to win? You know what I mean? Put your shirt on, player. You know what I mean? I'm that dude at the beach. Hey, put your shirts on. You know. So,
it's 90 degrees out here. I don't care.
Right. Wear a water shirt. You know.
So. Yeah, I just thought it was really weird making the one black dude kind of a cornball, and now he's taking his shirt off, and old girls, put your shirt on. I feel like all their interaction would work if Jackie was into him and they become a couple, because we had that sniping with Leia and Han really early on. I don't think they're going to go that route, which makes it kind of, what is her beef with this dude?
Well, that's the other thing is that, I don't want to get too far in it. This is a very detached Jedi. They shouldn't even have any kind of interaction other than Padawan, next, get to the next thing.
And I hear that all the time. So put your shirt on. So,
go to the gym, put your shirt on.
Hey, put your shirt on. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm like, you know, get a room. I got a room. We'll lose some weight. So,
I think
that
the thing is, you shouldn't actually have too many humorous interactions with the Jedi. They should almost all be basically cornballs. I mean, there shouldn't be too much personality because we hang out in the temple all the time. That's it. That's all we do.
Now I got on 80s Kid playfully, of course, about Soul, but I did think Soul came off really well, and he seems like the character that a lot of people are going to say he was my favorite from the entire series. I can see that really easily. I think maybe Yord can grow into becoming a favorite. I think Osha definitely will appeal to people who don't always want to see the hero carrying a lightsaber. So I thought they had a good mix of characters. You know, if you want to say your Star Wars, whatever, big three characters, I thought they were cool, established really well. Not really feeling our assassin character just yet because I'm still mind boggled by the fact that she's going after Jedi without a blaster or anything else to fight them outside of throwing.
This is one of those, not spoiling anything, but there could be they do allude to why she could be doing that in the second episode.
Okay,
right? So I'm not spoiling. I think you probably heard it, but you didn't. You heard it, but you didn't. Yeah.
We'll have to talk off.
I think. What's Osei?
Osha.
I think she's gonna come on. I think she's gonna come on by the end of this. If anybody comes off good, I think she has a chance of coming off like a real big fan favorite based on these 2 episodes.
I hope, and I'm annoyed with it already because just in the sense of I feel like some people are just being lame and not trying to give it a shot. Right now on IMDb, this was up from earlier. The first 2 episodes are 6.5 out of 10 and 6.4 out of 10. I think that's really just being whack about it, because even if you were going in, let me hate this show, I didn't think there was any way you could look at it like, oh, this is so terrible. On Rotten Tomatoes, it's way worse. 93% critics really enjoying it. 39% average audience score.
Okay, yeah, that's the review bomb, Nate. I mean, that's the Rotten Tomato needs. Okay, when was this review done? take all these out. Like, just instantaneously take those. Those are easy ones to take out. Give a realistic score. It is not a 30%. I mean, it's not. I'm trying to think. What did you give? Because I didn't see it was a 8 or 9.
I gave the first episode an 8. And I'll break down my review for the second one afterwards.
I didn't mean to
hear my mother call. I can hear my mother call. Hey, man. You showing your age, man. We out here with canes.
All right, so let's move on. Episode 2, Acolyte. We see more, and we're starting off the same deal again. The assassin is trying to kill off another Jedi. This time it's a little bit harder. She's got to go reach out to her ally, who just so happens to be on the same planet. He's got a way to overcome the Jedi's built-in defenses. And again, the assassin doesn't have to work that hard to accomplish the goal.
Okay. I'm going to take it back just one sec. Did you like the cliffhanger or the transition between episodes?
Oh, no. I thought the payoff for the first episode was way better than the final scene. I felt like the final scene was hey, this is for people like Chief who are going to get excited seeing this. I'm like, who cares? We've got a great mystery going on. That does nothing for me. Yeah. What did y'all think? Because I definitely want to hear what Chief, the cliffhanger from the first episode.
I literally turned my head. I turned my head and then be like, wait, that's it? I was really like, wait, we've already gotten to the thing. Oh, like we're walking. Yeah, I'm like, that was it. Okay,
yeah,
glad we're gonna get to another episode.
Either. I mean, you kind of figured that out. I thought it was.
No. So not the big twist reveal. I'm talking about the final scene of the episode where the assassin's talking to her mentor. That scene.
Oh. Nah, I figured that would come.
It's so random. It was like, haha. It felt like a pose moment. Like, hey, here's a picture.
I mean, I feel like it actually a little nice background. You know, check out the sunset.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Right.
It had to be something. So, you know, look, only in the new Star Wars era do you get great at being a Jedi or without training.
Or you train from Wikipedia or YouTube.
You know what I mean?
No, I looked at
training.
Hey, you did that thing. I also can do that thing.
Right. So, yeah. So you know, I mean, look. At least they had at least it was something this time. Versus nothing. Picking up a book and studying the ways of the Jedi.
At least you could actually show somebody looking at the book, not just there was a book on the counter.
Right.
It was a book.
So yeah, we've gotten plenty of those. Yeah. I watched them do it. Who taught you how to do this? I watched it by watching you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm glad we finished with that part. So. But like I said, I'm looking forward to the rest of these. Finally, something I can enjoy.
All right. So second episode. I didn't feel like there was a lot that happened. One major thing, of course, tied to the twist. I really appreciated that it was not dragged out for the other characters. We as the audience already know this information, but the others did not need 8 episodes to get to this point. I thought that was very important. Although I'm still tripping that this assassin who has no lightsaber, no blaster, is able to be like, I'm good fending off a couple of Jedi here and there. Like,
because the Jedi don't use their lightsaber.
These Jedis are punks. What is the point of their lightsaber?
Because
outside of using them as flashlights.
Well, the thing is, they're almost, I know I could win a fight by using my gun. So I'm going to use a knife. I mean, that's their kind of mentality. It's okay. You have a thing that ends all fights. Man, I'm good.
It's always weird to me though. You find everybody else, but you didn't know the other person was still around. You know what I mean? Like you're traveling different places, you're finding these people, you're hunting them down, and the one person you probably needed to know was around, you had no clue. Like,
well, I mean, that's tied in. That's tied into the original trilogy, so I will go along with that.
Okay.
And based on that same kind of, I didn't know that there's precedent in Star Wars for it. I'll let it ride. No problem.
That person wasn't hiding. The other people be hiding. You know, other people are hiders than the other ones. This person was out in the open, living their life, enjoying themselves.
Well, but I mean, on one, and I'm still trying to figure out it. I think did this person know? Did our assassin know where everybody is, and has been training for the last 16 years?
So the director / showrunner said that her elevator pitch, and I won't tell you the second part, is this is halfway her take on Kill Bill. So, you know, you think of Beatrice with her hit list, she's scratching names off. She knows where these people are, so she's going for them where they are. And if say someone else pops up there, it's like, whoa, what are you doing here? Like in Kill Bill Volume 2. Hey, I was coming for Bud. So you know, it just kind of plays out that way. And I thought that was fine. Of course, I can't tell you about the other part just yet. We will next time. But I was fine with that. I just really don't like the fact that the Jedi have to be incompetent to keep the story going. But that's kind of how this story needs them to play out.
Were the Jedi really that competent in Phantom Menace?
I don't think any of those Phantom Menace Jedi would have let someone kill them without a blaster or lightsaber.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue because Mansford is like, get your tail out of this. Man, Planet, get over here. I'm not joining this mess.
Ki-Adi Mundi, Kit Fisto, whatever one you want to mention.
Bring whatever parts you deem necessary back for interrogation.
Yeah. Yaddle, no, they would absolutely not have gotten killed. That's all I'll say on that. All right, so
I would say I think there is an amount of hesitation based on our twists.
Okay. All right, Chief, your final thoughts on the first 2 episodes.
Good action. I'm gonna continue to watch. You know what I mean? It's the first time Disney has dropped something in a long time, except for Madden Web, that I've been wanting to watch. Oh,
Jace, go ahead, because I don't want to forget what he just said. Go ahead, Jace. What do you think?
I'll watch the next episode. I don't.
Wow, man! Don't put a blaster to your head.
I mean, again, after again, the same issue with the first one. It was okay, and here's the thing that's going to bring you back. I don't care.
Yeah, the cliffhanger on episode 2 was also kind of lackluster.
Yeah,
it was like that could be cool, but we've already seen that kind of character before, so it's not. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. It's whatever.
Okay. I mean,
I'm glad for the actor getting a chance to be back into the mix in Star Wars again.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, Chief, you just mentioned it. And since you did, I will say I had some time to kill, murder, destroy, otherwise obliterate. And I watched Madam Web. Oh. And
continue.
You know, people have been, oh, it's the worst comic book movie ever. It's so atrocious. What a disgrace to cinema. Record that and clip that last part that she said. That you need to elaborate, Chiefisms. I do need to. You're right. Pull them up. But they're acting like Elektra never happened, that Catwoman doesn't exist in this world. There was no Batman and Robin. There's no Steel. There was no Thor: Love and Thunder. mean, there are plenty of way worse comic movies. They didn't. I mean, X-Men: The Last Stand, Dark Phoenix, X-Men Apocalypse.
X-Men.
The X-Men movies alone are worse than any part of Madam Web. Madam Web just feels totally unnecessary.
It was a
And
great movie.
you know what? You're faking. You see 30 seconds. If
I
that
watched
was
all the
true.
Madam Web, all of it, entranced there on it.
Yeah.
Go Web.
No. So I actually thought the first 35 minutes were solid.
Yeah.
It was basically a Final Destination superhero movie. And I could get with that. I was like, okay. But then they started trying to, all right, we gotta bring in some Spider-Man elements. And that's when they started going back. And we've got this killer who's sort of dressed like Spider-Man for absolutely no reason. And it's like, are you just trying to get people thinking this is Spider-Man who's a killer? No. Dakota Johnson, she has like a charisma ceiling. It's right here. And the movie needed the star to go here. And she just does, she reaches her point pretty early in the movie where she's like, nah, I have no more charisma. I have nothing else to offer. You know how bored she sounded doing these interviews talking about Madam Web? It's how she comes across in the movie. She's like, I really need to fire my agent for booking me this role. Like as she's doing her stuff. Sydney Sweeney, however, she was actually trying. And you know, she could easily do the, hi, I'm the bubbly hot girl. She didn't do that at all this time. She was trying to play a shy, demure, oh, I'm bashful, I can't do stuff. I was like, hey, appreciate you trying to stretch. She also had glasses, Jay, so you know there was more when she lost the glasses. But yeah.
Okay, do you think the movie would have been better if we switch our lead actresses?
I think the movie would have been better if Madam Web was playing a more Professor X role of, hey, you guys, something's going to happen at this spot. I need you to do all this to prevent this thing from happening. Because watching, I'm like, this movie actually had potential. The script is just bad in the sense that it doesn't do justice to the characters. Like Madam Web, when it was announced, Chief was like, yes, forget Cyborg. I'm all aboard for a Madam Web movie.
Yes. It was pretty, it's pretty entertaining, man. Evil Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't, I mean, there was an evil Spider. It was what Peter Parker wouldn't have been. You know what I mean? If he was raised with a bad bad family or something.
What else did you like about it?
What did I like about it?
That I did not mention.
You know the thing.
Yeah. Okay. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you.
All right.
I mean, because you covered pretty much everything, man.
I didn't actually. I didn't.
You did, man.
Second half
What did I like about it? The fight scenes were okay.
Wasn't there a fight scene, Jeff?
Yeah, there were fight scenes.
No, there was
not
one.
like not with him like going at him like that, but they were like they tried to. He was chasing after him through the city.
You saw this on the trailer.
Nah, I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you, they did chase after through the city. The subway scene. The subway scene was decent,
which was also in the trailer.
All right, what about the girl in the beginning with the poison? Was that in the trailer?
Why did
you really watch this movie, Chief?
I did watch it, man. Hey, Parks, see how you go, man? See, we just been getting along, and then you go so hard, man. Listen, Green Lantern was the greatest movie ever.
Okay, all right.
Second only to Man of Steel.
Jeff, right. See, here's the thing. Y'all, okay, and I'm just now include your Chief. The difference between this movie and almost any of the action movies we've seen lately is this movie had a budget of $80 to $100 million. God's taking a whole lot out of a superhero movie now.
But it didn't really need to have a big budget. they could have made this concept work. It's just Madam Web, who's, let's say she's 8 years older than the 3 teenage girls she's trying to protect, and playing Mama Hen to. It's like, it would have made more sense for like an actress like Marissa Tomei, Sandra Bullock to play Madam Web. They were trying to go with this, hey, here's our hot Madam Web. And it's like, you don't need to do that. Madam Web in the cartoon, the comic book, anyone who knows who the character is not expecting some, oh man, she's going to be the top Instagram model. No, not that Dakota Johnson is, but she could have been an older actress and have been just fine. And then those other 3 teens, if you want to go with the hot girl factor, just making the 3 girls. Okay. And she could have guided them just like Patrick Stewart does the X-Men in the X-Men movies. It'd been fine. And the problem is they have to spend too much time on Dakota Johnson, who is a charisma vacuum. Jamelin, how does it compare to Venom? If you take Tom Hardy out of it, his acting pretty much carried the movie. Dakota Johnson is no Tom Hardy. Shocker. It's just, I feel like if they had just done anything to reduce Dakota Johnson's screen time, the movie would have been better. There's a moment where she's away from everybody else and then they focus on the girls. It's a much better movie right away, because there are 3 characters that get shortchanged into playing Huey, Louie, and Dewey. And we have like very small personality traits that they have to keep doing, but because they don't get enough time for character development, they just have to stay in those very narrow lanes.
Okay, it's called Madam Web, so we have to focus on.
Listen, no one would care about a bait and switch or a Madam Web movie. No one's gonna go. They promised me Madam Web. Why are they showing Spider-Woman, and Spider-Girl?
Okay, now here's, and this is something I'm sure you guys like to. And the chat can help with. If you had your choice of who would be your Madam Web, like my head is thinking Diane Lane.
Blake's got you covered. Helen Mirren would have been an excellent Madam Web, but that's Sony. But she would have been excellent.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking somebody like, hey, older actress. But Hollywood in their brain thinks older actresses can't sell. It's like, no. You actually, I mean, this. If you ever looked at any of the awards, this is where you get your Academy Award winners right here. I mean, you're not going to get Meryl Streep to help with Madam Web, but you sure as heck can get somebody looking more similar to the character and actually is like, hey, I can actually do a good job. Like, what was it? I mean, I want to say Jane Fonda, but no, you could have got Jane Fonda.
She's at that age.
All right, it's our quarterly appearance, guys. So let me cue up our 4th window.
Whoa.
Yeah, either one would have been perfect. And seriously, this movie would have been so much better sidelining Madam Web in the Madam Web movie, making her a background leader character. It'd have been fine. And they just took the wrong direction. It's time, though, to bring in Big Brother Almighty. Everybody welcome Jay King in his 4K video to the screen. What's up, man?
Everybody go to hell. Because I already know it's going to be an onslaught.
Hey, now
I don't care what you have to say. Bring it.
Look like you got a jumper on, like you've been working in the field.
No, actually, this is my Jodeci Desert Cry for You era.
That is exactly what you're rocking there.
Okay.
I ever wonder why, like, for that song, it's been an hour since you've been gone. She's only been gone an hour, dog. Chill.
Relax.
Chill.
Watch a movie.
Y'all in the desert crying in leather. You're in the desert crying in leather. What is wrong?
Hey, man, that hour, man.
It's a serious hour.
Oh, my God.
That ain't me, Jamie. I can't claim.
Hey, Jay King, we were talking about Madam Web. Have you had the pleasure?
Unfortunately.
You did. You watched it?
Yeah.
My man. All right. Tell me your thoughts on Madam Web.
I felt like it was a movie that was made as a spoof of comic book movies, but they didn't get that part. Like, I didn't find it entertaining, man. And then look, I'm the wrong person to ask because these days I'm like, you got to grab me in the first 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, not even 15. And that movie didn't grab me. It just didn't grab me.
The badly animated Spider-Man coming down from the Amazon vines
That was
did not immediately grab you. I was like, what's happening with this CGI?
Yeah, this is another thing, Jeff. I think we talked about that on the chat one day. Like, what's up with everybody's CGI? The budget? Is it budget?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was really bad. And then they had this stuff where she's like floating in the water, and webs are connecting to her. It's like,
Yeah,
what are we doing?
I'm done.
That was her.
done.
That was her coming into Madam Web.
It's just bad. Like they made some mistakes they didn't need to. Where it was like they needed an editor who was awake watching the movie, going, "Let's not do that. We don't need this."
We've already spent the budget. It doesn't matter. It's
They
already
could use it on advertising because it was so bad.
It was cool how she ran into all three girls before she actually met them. Man, it was great. It was great. It was great. Yeah, man, the fall into the water, the revival.
Taking it back. You didn't watch this movie.
I did watch it. They didn't have that now. They didn't have that part where she met the girls before the whole run.
They did actually. Hey, wait! I saw you. You're that lady in my apartment. That's in the trailer.
What about when she dissed him in the woods? Was that?
Yes.
Come on, man. Everything I named, you're like, yeah, the trailer has.
Everything you watch, you talk about.
It's not true. It's not true. You know what I mean?
All right. What was the big bad fight?
The one at the end where they fought at the warehouse?
Jeff, is that accurate?
That does happen.
Okay,
it is something that it's the same thing as like a Jedi fighting somebody who doesn't have a lightsaber. It's how is this and this is worse because they show how effective this fighter is. He's doing his thing, he's killing cops, he's just destroying people. And these 4 girls, he's like, oh no, I can't figure out a way to stop any of them. It's so bad. And what's going on over there?
Don just came
for his bone.
All right.
Yeah, it's bone time. She needed her bone, man. It's brush your teeth time.
Yeah, man. That's what happens, man. It was fate. It couldn't be denied, man.
It was fate. But they had an interesting I feel like this thing needed somebody who cared to ask questions because I feel like they were like, let's just crap out a Madam Web movie. No one's going to care. And let's call it a day. But I feel like there were points to it where if they cared, they could have made a movie that a lot of people would have been, oh, you know what? Madam Web was actually pretty decent. And then they could have done a spinoff and made more money. I just feel like they were like, let's try to do this thing. So Madam Web gains this precog ability. So, just like Final Destination, she's seen things before they happen. Mm-hmm. They could have made up. I mean, they made how many Final Destination movies off of somebody being able to see what was about to happen? They really could have done that. They say that mainly for the final act where it's like, come on, but it could have been better. And I just, Yeah, don't worry. You're not the only one.
The funny thing is there's a couple new movies on Netflix that I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna, what was it? Anybody But You, based on your review. I'm like, I'll watch that.
Did you?
Nope. I just was reading a review last night. And Madam Web, Atlas, I'm like, okay, some of these may be horrible movies, but I may check them out. So, Chief, is there any reason to watch this movie?
No. So listen, I did see the movie. But I would watch the movie right before bedtime, and then I would fall asleep, and then the next night before bed, I would get to the point where I would fast forward, and then I would watch it from that point, fall asleep. So I watched it in sessions over about 4 nights.
Oh gosh,
it's a 2-hour movie.
40-minute blocks.
It's too long though. It's 2 hours. Like, why is this? Why does it need to be 2 hours?
So is it a great movie? No. Is it a good movie? No. Not a good movie either. But if you have absolutely nothing to do, and let's say Madam Web and a J-Lo movie is on, I'd probably go for that J-Lo movie. And any of her recent movies. I mean,
Okay.
okay, but if you need something to fall asleep to, Madam Web is your joint.
Okay.
Don't count sheep. Not sheep. Sheep with no plural. Don't count sheep. Count spiders. And you got
That's a tagline of
Web,
the review.
and you got the 3 girls who are spiders, and you got the 4th guy who's vicious. I mean, the guy killed a woman who was pregnant. I was like, gosh, that. I was like, anytime you get that.
Okay.
So he's a killer. So I think you gonna
Just not when it matters most, Chief.
Did
well,
he have,
you
did
know,
the
sometimes
girls
you
have a
can't kill the
training
hero.
montage? Do we have that training montage where they all learn their powers?
Nah.
Okay.
They're
part
10
two,
years
Madam Web
out
2.
from getting their powers. So there's no illusion of them being superheroes at the end of the movie and having a big fight scene. It's not. And they get that out the way really early on. It is smart because it's like, don't expect a superhero finale. No problem. But
Okay.
there are other ways they could have made this better.
By not having it 10 years in the press, I mean,
For the movie they wanted to tell, that was the right way. Chief, Jay King, what do you think?
Burn it. Shit was trash, man.
Wow.
I mean, am I lying?
I mean,
Am I
I've
lying?
seen worse movies this year than Madam Web. And I don't know if that's something to be like, yay, but I felt more like it was wasted opportunity for a movie I had no interest in. But watching, I felt like they could have made it better than they did.
Well,
And-
and Jeff, that's where I came with. That's what I came out of it with. It could have been better because I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't expecting anything and got nothing in return.
It's harsh out here.
It's harsh.
That's what it is. All right. Speaking of harsh, this weekend, Bad Boys Ride or Die drops in theaters. All right, Jamelin's asking a question. Let me pull up what I've seen so far. Bottom 3 of 2024. We are in the second. Wow, we're already in the halfway point of the year. All right, you got any nominees, guys? While I pull up my list.
Hell yeah, Bob Marley, Madam Web, and
Bob Marley's
Mean Girls musical. Oh my god!
oh, a Mean Girls musical. If that came out this year, I would be on mine.
Part Deuce.
Bumberclard. Hey, dude,
That
my
was-
man was really trying his best, man. Bumberclard.
All right, I can come up with this. I can probably give you 5, Jamelin. Strictly Confidential. Elizabeth Hurley's son directs her in probably my least favorite film so far this year. Awful. Absolutely awful. Just a waste of everyone's time, including mine. Which brings me to you, another terrible film. Bad drama romance. That was bad. Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths. Both parts. I'm gonna lump them into one because they're both terrible. Let's see. Camp Pleasant Lake. I take it back. Strictly Confidential isn't as bad as Camp Pleasant Lake, which has people who help crowdfund the movie as extras. Only they didn't care if they could read lines. Oh no, what is that? Terrible. Absolutely terrible and awful. What's up, Javon?
I want to add one. There was a movie with Kirsten Stewart and Ed Harris. And did anybody know what I'm talking about?
I know
Nah,
it's,
man.
it's not Challengers. It's gosh, what was that called?
It's my lesbian girlfriend is a bodybuilder with hallucinations. Like she got
Love
heart
Lies
powers.
Bleeding. Is that the name of it?
Yeah,
That's-
that was. I don't know, man. It had moments, but it was like, what am I watching? This is like it's a fever dream, man. I was like, what is this movie? I understood it, but it was bad, man. The ending was even worse. The ending
I
was even
appreciate a
worse.
bad movie with a bad ending because that makes me feel good for not liking it.
Yeah.
Hey, Snake Eyes, there's no reason to not be excited. So, like, the first 40 minutes really feels like they needed to go against Chief and go 8-10 years, let the script marinate, let them figure things out, and then deliver a good movie. The second half is awesome. I mean, it is like totally different. Like, yes, thank you. You guys finally woke up
First 40
and
minutes
delivered the
sucks.
Bad Boys. Huh?
But the second half is good. Is that what you just said?
Excuse me. I said the first half is kind of shaky. It feels like they're trying too hard to be funny. And it's like, yeah, all right, cool. It's
Kind
the
of like the
bad
last
boy
movie.
formula, but they're working too hard to make it work. So it's lame. But
Yeah,
then
that it
they
is.
pick it up and it's like, all right,
First,
cool, you got it.
first things first. These guys, when they made Bad Boys 1 and even 2, which was years late, these two guys were still, for what it's worth, in their prime. They were still like hip and young and of the culture. Now they're old men. Like they're not even middle aged men. They're seniors. They're damn near senior citizens. And they're not cool. There's nothing cool about Will Smith, not that there ever was, but there's nothing cool about neither one of them. It's not like when you watch this movie in 2015, when I'm sorry, 2015, in 1995, you know, these two guys were the hip young guys on the scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
They
you
look
know,
like Miami Vice. Miami
huh?
Vice. They look like Miami Vice kind of guys.
Yeah, but now imagine seeing Crockett and Tubbs in their 60s, right, Jason? They're not cool. That time has passed for
But
both
look, I
of them.
mean, and this is the thing. I like this. That was kind of the thing I liked about the last movie. It's because, all right, we understand these guys aren't the
Martin
innocent.
is 59 and Will Smith is 55.
Yeah,
God,
we have to admit that is these guys are a little old now. So they're not. I mean, we can't see Will Smith
You
doing
terrible,
that
bro.
run because let's be honest, he's gonna blow out a hamstring if he keeps running. So we can't do that.
Hey, Martin looked like his hip hurt the whole last movie. Martin looked like he was on 5 medications. He was so subdued. That's not Martin Lawrence, man. It's not.
But okay,
Will's
Martin
still
Lawrence,
trying to be Mike Larry. That don't work.
like,
Hey,
but remember,
recast
here's the
this
deal.
thing, man.
Like, remember how
Hey, what's up,
Martin
baby?
Lawrence was. Martin Lawrence in that first Bad Boy movie, he was edgy comedic.
Yeah.
Now you can't, Martin, you can't be edgy comedic anymore. Like
What they
that.
should have did to me in that last movie, Jace, they should have went ahead and passed the torch. Hey, cast two guys that can do this, man. I hated to
You
say
want a
it, but
reboot?
well, in that last movie, what I would have done personally, not that means shit to anybody, but I would have had them be the elder statesmen and the young guys they're passing the
That's
torch.
what they
They're passing the
did.
torch.
Yeah, I mean, they were
To
working to do that at
who?
the end.
To
Let me tell you
who?
something. I'm glad this movie. I wish the whole 40 minutes would lasted the whole thing, and for you to come on here with a straight face and say the first 40 minutes was shaky, but it picked up at the end. That's garbage. It's a garbage movie. The first 40 minutes of a movie was shaky. Is a garbage movie.
It's 2 hours, Chief. It's 2 hours.
And you sat through 2 hours. I would have fell asleep in a shaky 40-minute movie.
And bro,
Okay, because I'm damn near a senior citizen. I can't be 40 minutes sitting somewhere in a chair reclined, unentertained. So that is the problem right off the bat. And I'm glad that you mentioned that. And I hate Martin, and I hate Will Smith, and I
hate Martin for it.
Just because he's with Will. Man, that's your man. You get your ass whooped with him too. That's how it goes. Man. That's the old school. I see you with him. That's your man. You getting it too.
Yeah, but Ryan, they messed up. Indiana Jones didn't need to do anything else at the 3, so that don't count. That's invalid. Star Wars is a cash cow. They're gonna keep milking the titties off of that thing. We're gonna be old. We'll be senior citizens, and they'll have the next one. So that don't count. This is a movie where they could have had extra life if you'd have added some young blood to it. That's it. Add some young blood. Make this a movie because this is a thing that has to have young characters that you'll grow with.
like, okay, let's say this. Like,
Young
just
cops.
I'm just pitching this. If you had Mike Lowry and Martin's character, is the actual chief of police and stuff, and actually
Something like
had
that.
like, and then like I remember like when I was your age, we were the youngster. I mean, it's just kind of they're not the lead characters. They're almost the cameo, but they're here.
Yeah. They're the chief and the captain or something like that.
Listen,
They're the guys that they refer to for wisdom. Y'all might got the action and etc., but we got the know-how, the wisdom. We've been there, done that. That would have been a good thing they learned from those guys, right? That would have been a thing. And I said this, and people hated me for saying it. I would have went ahead and cast Austin Butler and Michael B. Jordan. People hated that, but I would have done that.
I mean, let's be honest. If you were to bank on somebody, it would be Austin Butler, somebody you bank on.
no, you would have put Michael B. Jordan and old boy Kang. You'd have put Kang in that joint with Michael B. Jordan.
Oh gosh,
they're
going
gonna
to
franchise.
Holy screw!
No, that would have screwed this completely.
Exactly.
I mean, well, why does it have to be Bad Boys? Why couldn't they just do just a cop movie?
Bad Boys has cachet.
For me, Bad Boys is Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, and they're getting older, just like I'm getting older. So I'm fine watching them shoot out stuff. If they want to create another two hip young things doing their deal, they can do that. I mean, they cranked out Lethal Weapon after Lethal Weapon. They kept making money with them. This joint is fine because all Bad Boys, it wasn't about them being hip and young. It was about the chemistry of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, which no matter how old they continue to get, and they're not spring chickens anymore. They're still funny. They still bounce off of each other. And I think that's because they actually like each other in real life. And it carries over on the big screen. All this other stuff. I mean, it's like, I know Tom Cruise at 61 is not hanging from, well, no, he actually is doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm still looking at him like, he looks really old now. And I don't know what all he's
But
doing
see-
to his face, but he looks old.
What you just said, Jeff, they bounced off and had chemistry. They did not have that same chemistry in the last movie. Martin was sedated in that last movie, and it was painfully obvious.
They say Martin don't know where he is.
That was a bad. Martin cleared that up. That was a rumor. He's healthy. Like,
No, I'm talking about just for the last few years. He doesn't know where he is. You know what I mean? And plus, did they have lines like, your diplomatic immunity has just been revoked? You know what I mean? He got that little head swivel before he shot. Come on, man. Come on. The Kookaran, South African, come on.
Clint, honestly,
easier said than done. Because who are the young comics? Who are the comic?
Are none.
No, because
it
you can't. I mean,
It'd be like Martin.
You can't be funny anymore.
So you had DC Young Fly.
Oh,
who would you cast? DC Young Fly?
No.
Man,
See that you can put DC Young Fly and old boy who was in Coming to America as your Bad Boys. I'm stopping watching Bad Boys.
I'm out.
I wouldn't want to see. I'd rather eat a whole thing of Quaaludes in a room with Bill Cosby. I would not want to see DC Young Fly do anything, bro. Let me tell you, man, I'm good on that. But I think they should have got rid of them dudes, man. Just to tell you the truth, I think Bad Boys should have officially ended. So
I watch it.
Yeah, are they still doing the Bad Boys joke? Bad boys.
Yeah.
What you going? Yeah, okay.
I mean,
it's just.
Okay, Javon, I know Chief isn't going to see this, but Javon, are you going to go see this?
What?
Bad Boys.
Jason, you don't make me say it over and over again, man. It's a puddle at this point. I would rather watch a dog lick his nuts for 2 hours.
So, would you watch it when it gets on to insert your streaming channel of choice?
No.
You're just never going to watch it.
Wow.
Nah, I'm good.
Chief, are you going to watch it if it hits Netflix?
Right before I go to sleep, maybe a full-part Bad Boys movie.
If I'm on a plane, all right.
I mean, I just have no interest in it. I just lost interest in before the last one came out. I saw the last one, and I was like, why am I here? And sometimes you got to ask yourself, when you're saying, why are you here? Then, you know what I mean? It's time to stop. It's time to leave something alone when you say, why am I here? And I've said why am I here a few times in my life. And I've left things alone after I've said it. So, and Bad Boys is one of them, man. I got to leave that franchise alone. So, but y'all enjoy, man. Y'all enjoy. I hope it's as great as Fantastic Four is going to be.
I did. It was. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I'm trying to find this deal here because I'm just kind of. Oh, that's interesting. Looking at what's going on at the box office because it's been rough right now for basically everything. Oh, come on, where are you at here? All right. Apparently, I'm gonna have to go do it the old-fashioned way.
Listen, catch it at a matinee, fellas. Don't pay full price for Bad Boys 6.
Wow, man. Way to stop the fellas for getting money. All right, so last weekend, Garfield actually beat Furiosa at the box office. And it only made 14 million. Furiosa went into third place.
What?
10.7 million.
Dang, God.
Okay. Furiosa sounded like the end of a Scooby-Doo mystery. We would have gotten away for it if it wasn't for you kids.
If it wasn't for Garfield.
So, yeah.
If the Ryan Reynolds, John Krasinski movie was second place with 10.8 million. I don't know what happened with Furiosa, but no one cared. Jamelin, you asked us if we saw it. Have you seen it yet? Because that's awful.
Furiosa.
I mean, okay.
Hey, man. Enjoy yourself, bro.
Here's the funny, I don't want to say funny thing, but Furiosa is going for a certain demographic. It's hard in the summertime.
That was quality hate.
Hey, man. See?
Yeah. You have, in the summertime, you can get people, most audience, to see a PG-13 movie that has a wider appeal. If you're talking an R-rated action movie, it's really got to be something that your core audience wants to see.
Most times children's movies do well though.
Okay. Are you guys going to see, was it Aliens Romulus?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to see that. That appeals to all right, I like I like alien movies. You have a bigger chance of getting more people to see that. Versus Furiosa, it's like, oh, the first one was cool, but I'll catch it when it comes on streamer.
Right before bed.
I heard a hot take over the last 2 weeks about that when it first flopped. It's because it's a woman who's the headliner of this movie. It's about Furiosa and not Mad Max. Woo, woo, woo. I don't know if that has anything. I just had to share that because that was someone's hot take and they stood by that.
But here, and this is I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna have the same pushback last week. The first one, Fury Road was Furiosa. Mad Max was in the background of that. But it turned probably some people off. Charlize Theron is not the lead in this. This is our young prequel that I'm not connected to. Like, you're gonna do a prequel. Just like Obi-Wan, if you had a younger person playing Obi-Wan and not Ewan McGregor, I'm sure people wouldn't have watched that either.
Like Solo?
Again.
Interesting. Maybe there's something to that. All right, well, Evangeline Lilly, who you know is the Wasp from Ant-Man and the Wasp, or Kate from Lost, if you go that far back, is retired. She said, I'm done acting. I'm stepping back. Who knows? Maybe I'll come back at some point, but for now, I'm over it. I thought it was kind of interesting. She's been in a lot of big, successful Marvel Studio films, co-headliner, right alongside Paul Rudd in these films, and walking away. She's been in the Hobbit series, so she's done some big stuff. And Lost was a true pop culture phenomenon while she was on it. One of the main top 4 leads of the show. So she's over it. She's done. I think it's kind of interesting because you don't necessarily see actors who still have a long well, I don't know, long shelf life, but we're still in successful, profitable things bailing out. I mentioned that because there's a report that you're absolutely right, Blake, because you know Charlize Theron's not coming back for multiple Furiosa films.
Oh gosh, no.
There's a report that for Avengers 5's, aka Secret Wars, there's going to be more than 60 MCU characters returning for the film. And Robert Downey Jr. said he's surprisingly open to returning to the MCU to play Iron Man again.
He's surprisingly still a producer on every Marvel movie.
That money is surprising.
Again, I mean, money, like when it comes to Angelina, she's got franchise residuals coming in.
You said Angelina.
I said, I mean, Evangelina. How do you actually say her name, Trevor?
Evangeline.
She has residual money coming in every which way. If you probably aren't trying to go out balling every night, you probably can live off where she comes in and check every month. She goes to that mailbox, yeah, we're good. I think she makes sense. Now, if you have the chance of coming back to MCU money, I'm sure they can bring her back. Hey, we need you back. She's like, okay, I can come back. Like, I don't think there's anybody in the MCU who said, you know what, I'm done with you. Because, I mean, if Idris Elba, like, hey, yeah, we killed you off, but you want to come back? Yeah, I'll come back.
I think Crossbones might not come back. What 4 MCU characters would you like to see return for Avengers 5?
Black Panther.
It's gonna be a tough one. What's Avengers 5 supposed to be about though?
They're gonna be on Secret Wars. So basically any character from the MCU, the 20th Century Fox films, whatever, is fair game to show up in this film. They're gonna probably try to transition, bring those X-Men characters that they want to keep, bring them over. Maybe it's a one-off, but they could do anything with any of these characters.
Is there a date? Because whenever I hear this starts to give me a terrible headache. Is there a date?
They're actually working on it now, sort of. I mean, they still have Avengers. Well, no, not Avengers 4. We've already got Avengers 4. So, yeah, they're working. They're trying to pin down a director now, which I want to mention in a second. You want me to come back? Jay King, you got anybody you want to see?
I want to see Scarlett Johansson's body back on the screen. Trying to think. I don't care anymore. I just don't. I don't care. I'm sorry, I don't.
I mean, you could bring Scarlett back. I don't think that's.
If I'm being honest, I'm gonna be for real. Bring me back my Iron Man.
Quicksilver.
Because Quicksilver. You know what I would thank you, Jason. And to be honest with you, if they can find a way to incorporate the X-Men, yeah, I'm with that. I want to see Robert Downey. He was the only fascinating character because he was, to me. I didn't care about Captain America. Who cares? I didn't care about Ant-Man. I don't care about none of them. Give me Ant-Man. The Hulk too. The Hulk. I like Ruffalo. I like this.
So when they had a top 5, right? Thor, Iron Man, Hulk,
Black Widow.
Who?
Black Widow.
Black Widow, Captain America. Right?
I feel like those are the easy ones. They're like, yeah, I want.
No, that was their 5, right? Wasn't that their 5?
6 of them.
I'm trying to think who else.
Where is it 5?
And Popeye with arrows, whatever his face is.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of their big 5 when they first came out.
6.
It was Hulk, Hawkeye, Black Widow, Cap, Thor, and Iron Man.
Yeah, so I mean,
do you have a light thing going on behind you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was like going blue and purple, and I'm like,
yeah, what's
over there?
What do you call that damn thing? The Philips Hue thing.
Gotcha. All right, Chief, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's probably Devon was about to put on a light show. You saw you hear the theme song for the Blue Oyster start to play. They start to dim out.
Nobody dances.
But yeah, I mean the top 5. I don't know. I just I'd like to see when is this. So this is taking place. See this. I don't know, man. I always feel like is this a different world, a different universe?
Yes.
Okay, so they can technically bring everybody back.
Anybody.
They can bring anyone they want to
bring them all. Make it. You make a Secret Wars. Make it a Secret Wars. Like, everybody was
supposed to have 60 characters.
Yeah,
so I'm just asking which ones you really want to see.
So you bring the top 5, and then the X-Men, and then really who are the villains? That's going to be the interesting
They should come back.
There you go. Yeah. Ryan had one.
Like,
very intriguing. Bring Ultron back.
Everybody from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
There you go. I want to see Coulson. He's one. I want to see him reunite with the original Avengers.
Yeah. I want to see the Defenders.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Part 3 again, huh? So you know I hated Citizens on Patrol. Somebody want playtime.
Yes, they do.
like it's 14 hours, bro. It's my time now.
Yeah, man. Dogs are fantastic, bro.
So Coulson for sure. I want to see him back in there. Quicksilver is another good choice because he should never been killed. Who else? I would like to also see Black Panther because I'm gonna kill off T'Challa. We can recast him, do whatever you need to. I want to see him back in. Who's my 4th? Who else got killed too soon? Black Widow. So there you go. Those are the ones I want to see.
Namor. You want to see Namor back?
Nah. Well, he's in some sexual harassment deals, so I mean, he may not be back.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Like that's not good for your career advancement, my friend. All right, so Sean Levy, the director of Deadpool and Wolverine, is now in the running to direct Avengers 5, which probably means good things for Deadpool and Wolverine. If Marvel Studios like, well, how would you like to direct Avengers?
Jeff, weren't they about to have the director of Quantum Mania direct Avengers Secret Wars?
No, the screenwriter.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like they've had a lot of people in the mix for that. Ryan Coogler was discussed at one point. Who else was in there? I think there was initially talks about bringing the Russos back for it. They said they wanted to do Secret Wars. So I guess that moment's passed or whatever. Jordan Peele is in discussions with Marvel Studios about something. I don't know if they would put him on to Avengers 5 for his first film, though. But what do you think about Jordan Peele doing something in the MCU? Sam Raimi, yeah, he was in there too. You're right, Snake Eyes.
I would be for it if it's the right project. I want to see him get a little morbid.
A little more morbid?
Yeah.
My man is the king of the he's like the new he's with Shyamalan. He's what that guy should have been. You know what I mean? Because most of his joints have this interesting twist to them. So I wonder how he's gonna do this Avenger movie or a superhero movie with an interesting twist. But
I could see him doing a Moon Knight. I think he could do that pretty cool. I'd also see him doing a Power Man and Iron Fist thing too. Because he has done comedy, of course. Key and Peele.
You're funny.
Do that as a buddy comedy kind of thing. I think he could make that work too. So there's a lot of cool stuff he could do. All right. Two final things here. Jeremy Renner said he did not come back to Mission Impossible because they were going to kill off his character and he didn't want him to. So that's why he's like, nope.
Good call. No.
Bringing Justin Lin from the Furious movies. Well, that was
I go with That's somebody who's used to frenetic action. So yeah, that would work.
Yeah. All right. And then last thing, Chris Hemsworth is in talks to lead the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover film.
God.
You all right over there?
I just want Hollywood to stop taking a shit on my childhood. Leave everything alone.
Javon, like, have you read the G.I. Joe Transformer comic books? They're new.
But no. Leave things be. Let that be what they ain't made a good Transformer movie but Bumblebee. They got like 19 Transformers movies and all of them stink. They're not gonna get it right here. They didn't make one G.I. Joe movie that was worth watching. You think they're gonna get it right here?
Yes.
That's where they killed my man in the first 5 minutes. He's been Seagal. Duke was a Duke.
Yeah.
Retaliation. And then you're waiting for him to come back. Like, no, they didn't really kill him.
Right. It was like
Seagal.
Wait. Yes. So Ryan, the Extraction movies, both of those. I liked him in Rush. I think that was the name of it.
When there was him and Nick, what's it called?
Baron Zemo.
Yeah.
I thought he was the best part about the all-female Ghostbusters film. Oh, let's see. He was all right in Black Hat, I suppose. And he was the best part about Red Dawn, but Red Dawn was awful. I liked him in Cabin in the Woods, too. Solid there. Let's see. Is there anything else? Yeah, I mean, he's done enough that he's not just riding on his role as Thor. Rush was good, but his franchise movies tend to bomb. I did like Extraction. That's 2 in. 3 words for it. Dude, keep him away from everything. He ruins all the Transformer films and the G.I. Joe films. Yeah, just not having it. All right, fellas. Oops. The comics are great. And you shouldn't hold your breath for a good movie because they've already kind of messed up what would have been a perfect setup to do a crossover with G.I. Joe and Transformers. But they've already gone past it because of that final credit scene in the last Transformers, which I did like. I thought that was a good one. But I'm with you, Javon. Typically, the Transformer films are no bueno. Michael Bay is more concerned with doing G.I. Joe than Transformers. And I don't care about Shia LaBeouf or anything he's doing. And his mom eating weed brownies. No, thank you. So, yeah, let's not have that. It's that magical time of the week, fellas. Who are your nominees for Dummies of the Week? And through the cool new AI app I have discovered and used, Jace, you got selected first.
Man, this is a shock once again. Well, so I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but I'm going to. So my dummy of the week is a person who got killed on a train track for taking selfies. Now, if you see a speeding train, you know it's coming. I don't know if you've been around any kind of moving vehicle and it's got some speed, it's going to move you towards that vehicle. If there is a safe distance where you say, hey, don't, this is a crossing area, don't go here, person. Nah, I got to get this selfie. I really want to make it really great for the gram. That's you being anywhere near that. You are 100% my dummy. And I hope you will say a nice Darwin example not to do this for the next generation. So, person who decided to get hit by a train for taking a selfie is my dummy of the week. And,
hey, there's no greater selfie than losing your life over one. So,
or trying to go like the Mission Impossible. Oh, I'm Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that is your greatest selfie.
Yeah, sorry.
You know Tom Cruise, even at 61.
Dummy.
Mine is all the discourse about Caitlin Clark. Let her play basketball and put eyebrows on the WNBA because no one seemed to care before. And now it's, oh no, they're fouling her too hard. She can take it. Who cares? So yeah, just keep watching.
I'm glued every night now.
I'm sure you are.
No matter who's playing, I'm in there. I've got my tickets. I'm traveling to arenas now.
Like, Chief, where do the Mystics play?
The Mystics play.
Yeah.
Glen
In
Arm
an
Rec
arena.
Center.
Don't say
You know what I mean?
Washington. Don't say Washington, please.
You know what I mean? In an arena.
Me the arena.
You know what I mean? And I'm headed there. Matter of fact, there's a game tomorrow night. We're going.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Chief, what do you got?
You know, funny you say Chief. Because I got the Kansas City Chiefs roster. These bastards can't stay out of jail.
Dude, seriously. They suck.
They won a Super Bowl and everybody has lost their damn minds.
Exactly.
Gun charges, hit and run charges, weed charges. I mean, I'm like, at what point? I've always wondered at what point, how large does your money have to be to where you get your weed delivered? Because I know people who didn't have big money and the weed man came to them. I mean, consider you bought enough weed. I mean, technically, weed is legal in some aspects. I don't understand I just don't understand. I mean, your weed man should come to you at some point. You should be buying enough weed where he says, I'm going to assume the risk.
What happened? Because what happened?
They just got caught with marijuana for whatever reason.
Just so they were caught buying weed?
In the car with them. A certain amount is over the limit, and they were over the limit with it. That's why your weed man makes the trip. Then the police call you and say, "Hey, this is the sheriff. Do you know Davey? I do not. You know what I mean? Please don't call here again with that." And then you hang up. That is it. That's the weed man's responsibility. As far as racing your car on the highway at excess speeds, crashing it, and then you and your friends grabbing your guns and then running down the highway with your guns while being filmed is wild. It's wild.
Man, Harrison Bucker.
Hey, man, listen. As long as you smoke, man, listen. If you smoke, man, listen. Maybe he never leaves, but listen, at the same time, the cops are not going to bust me for smoking. I mean, I don't understand. I just don't get it, man. $500,000 a year. I'm gonna get high with my mans. I don't really. There's no comparison. I'm always gonna take the $500,000. Hell, I'll take the $80,000 a year. I don't understand it, but it's not for me to understand. It's for me to laugh at and say, you know what I mean? It's not for me to be like, yeah, I understand. It's me to say, that's the stupidest thing I've heard. And then to laugh at you. And then to watch you become what I am. Because now you've moved into my neighborhood. And you might move next door. And every day I'm going to remind you, because even though I'm not a Chiefs fan, I would hang a Chiefs banner right outside my house. So you can come out every day and look over and know that you shouldn't be living next to me. You know what I mean? Hey, neighbor, how the Chiefs going to do this year? Unfortunately, you're not there. And then get in my car and drive off. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. I'm here for any time you're going to bash the Chiefs. Cast the squeeze your
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, bro.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. 10 crack commandments. Hey, listen, the weed man gonna have to listen. He's gonna have to knock on the door and see me watching Bad Boys 3. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way I'm gonna be seen watching it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do it, man. I don't want to watch 3. I don't want to watch 4. 1 and 2 will only be played in my house.
Wow. Some unnecessary hate. Jay King, who's your nominee?
The whole WNBA, Jeff. I'm gonna take this approach with the table talk thing, and it's for different reasons. Number one, I mean, yeah, she's a rookie. She can take the heat or she can knock it down. But look, some of this shit is bush league and it's stupid. It's just jealousy. You don't choke the golden goose, you dumb broads.
Uh-oh.
You would You were taking the same plane that they were taking in Major League with propellers and shit to fly across the country. Nobody had charter jets for you till she came here. Angel Reese, maybe your eyelashes. I'm gonna take the Marjorie Green approach. Maybe it's your eyelashes blinding your vision. Nobody cared. Caitlin Clark is the featured attraction, okay? You play good ball, but you a defender rebounder. You ain't shooting from the logo. So shut up. Shut up. Truth be told, the featured attraction for your team is Big Camila Cardoza, not you. The other part of this, again, don't choke the golden goose. Y'all was staying in hotels and you could drive your car right up to the front door. Now you can get room service. You gonna mess that up to prove a point to who? To who?
I mean, the funny thing is,
corner.
Caitlin could literally leave, go pay for the big three, make more money, and you guys, and then it's like, wow, she wasn't tough enough. Congratulations.
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 Now you're back at the La Quinta trying to get a sausage patty out the lobby before they run out. Stupid. Stupid. It's stupido.
Hey, man, that's how they do it, though.
Oh, man.
Maybe the ice isn't cold enough.
Right.
Who knows? Take this ice back. Tell them put some more chill on it. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, and that's the thing, y'all. I'm not saying give her a free pass to the basket, but maybe not chop block. You know, Steve Atwater's not out here. We're not playing football in the 80s, okay? Or the 90s.
That was my guy.
Yeah, that was my dude.
That was a good dude.
No, but seriously, Blake, it's stupid. It's like, look, I understand there may be some misgivings, but here's the thing from the players. Here's the thing, though. The WNBA needs to learn a lesson. Protect your assets. That's your asset. You don't let her go out here and potentially get hurt for the season or have a career-ending injury because some dumb broad wants to prove a point. To who? We're watching because of her, you dummy. It's not because of you. What do you think is going on here? The WNBA needs to protect their asset. The Indiana Fever head coach needs to be fired because you need to be instilling in your players around her. Hey, if somebody goes for her, we riot. If somebody tries to put her on the ground, I don't care from the smallest to the biggest on the roster, it's an eye for an eye.
I mean,
teach them a lesson about that.
This is going back to the old Jordan. It's like, okay, you want to mess with Jordan. Charles Oakley will make you remember not to mess with Jordan.
There you go. And the commissioner needs to step up too. Because this is a league. Remember, the NBA is the supplemental, is the income for the WNBA. If you dumb broads mess this up for me, if I'm the commissioner, this is what I'm saying. Memo to the league. If you dumb broads mess this up for me, I'm going to make sure you can't play in Siberia. The only league you'll be able to play in is intramural women's prison basketball.
Well, that's almost Brittany Griner, guy.
It was.
You know what I mean? Hey. And I'm still mad we gave up a spy for Brittany Griner.
For Brittany Griner.
Bro.
For Brittany Griner.
Come on, y'all wasn't pissed about that? We gave up a spy? I'm like, why are we giving up a spy for Brittany Griner? How does that help us?
This was an arms dealer of death, and we gave up.
Bro, he was playing in Russia.
Griner?
Yeah. If I go overseas right now and I start working in Japan and I do a crime over in Japan, and then I'm like, hey, America, come get me. Listen, if you give up one of the Japanese spies you caught, they'll release me. Guess what? You'll never see me again.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. You can kiss the baby. Mwah. I'm gone. So I don't even know how the hell we traded something for Brittany Griner. She'd be over there serving her 20-year sentence, as far as I am. You know what I mean?
By the time we go back and said, by the time we went back and caught up with Brittany Griner for an interview, if it was me at the helm, she looked like Jeffrey Osborne. If you don't know who that is, look her up.
Like, listen, man.
I'm talking about Jeffrey Osborne today.
Hey, we should have never. Hey, we should have never did that trade, man. I'm still hot. I'm like, come on, bro.
You know that was a celebrity trade. I mean, that's
celebrity. In what circle is Brittany Griner a celebrity?
She ain't even hot in the WNBA.
Bro, I'm a celebrity then. I'm a celebrity. Hey, yeah, come check out Chiefs OnlyFans. Come look at these disgruntled feet. You know what I mean? These wild looking feet look like eagle claws, like they should be sitting on a branch. Come look at these joints on OnlyFans. Then I'm a celebrity. You know what I mean?
Brown would have looked like Lori Lightfoot by the time we came back over there to interview
No.
her. You win.
Can't do Lori Lightfoot.
Demlin, I play dodgeball. I dodge a whole bunch of bull jive every day. That's what I do. That's the sport I play. I come home alive every night from dodging. You know what I mean?
We put some money on your commissary, get you some honey buns and some noodle packs. That's about it.
No, Snake Eyes, I was saying I'm a star. And I'm saying as far as OnlyFans, if you're a star, people come to the site. That's all, just to get money, not OnlyFans for anything else. You come look at my feet. That's it. I'm not advocating OnlyFans for any other reason except for my money. You know what I mean? So,
I don't even know where to go at this point. So let's do this. Thank you, fellas, as always, for rolling with me. I appreciate y'all so much. And J King, don't be a stranger. Let's see, it's June, so September.
Nah, man, this second whoop got me whooping, man. It's 14-hour days. I'm about to cut that back.
All right, man. So hopefully we'll see you before October or September.
Yes, you will.
Very good. All right, let's thank everybody. Snake Eyes, Jamlin Parks, Blake Tarpley, Afton Child, 80s Kid from the 90s, Chopper City 8049, David Thanos, Clint Dean, Mark A, Ryan Daly, Alana, coming through real fast,
Norse
Shannon, Skins in the building. Let's see, did I forget anybody else? I think that was everyone. All right, so hopefully that was everybody in case I missed it. Thank you all for watching and tuning in as always. This episode of Lyle's Movie Files has been filed.